The Shield might be the most successful faction wrestling has ever produced. 3 members, 3 completely different careers. But if we actually rank them category by category, who was the best member of the Shield? Years later. Today we are ranking every member of the Shield across 6 core categories: in-ring ability, character work, promos, aura, big match legacy, and industry impact. Each category gets placed into 4 tiers: elite, great, average, or weak. And by the end, we will see who actually comes out on top. And the final result might surprise some people. Let's start with the most obvious, right? In-ring ability. Because for years, one of the biggest debates around the Shield was simple: who was actually the best wrestler? Seth Rollins is one of the most naturally gifted wrestlers WWE has had in the last decade. Athletic, explosive, and capable of working just about any style. So Rollins easily lands in the elite tier. But Jon Moxley might actually be more versatile than people give him credit for. Yes, he's known for violent brawls,
Oh my God, I've seen everything now.
Wembley Stadium has never seen anything quite like this.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
But he's also had great matches with technicians, high flyers, even luchadors. He can slow a match down, control the pacing, and play ring general when needed. So Moxley also lands in the elite tier. Roman Reigns is different. He's not flashy in the same way, he's not the most athletic or versatile, but what Roman excels at is match psychology. He knows exactly how to control the crowd and build drama in big moments with simple spots. That puts Roman solidly in the great tier for sure, especially when compared to Seth and Mox. Now this is where things get interesting, because character work is where all 3 members of the Shield really separated themselves. Roman Reigns' tribal chief run completely transformed his career and WWE for a while. For years he struggled to connect with audiences, and then suddenly he became the most compelling character in WWE in the past decade or so. That's elite level. Moxley's character work is different. It's raw, it's violent, and most importantly, it's consistent. No matter where he wrestles, the character always feels real. There's an authenticity to his work that doesn't come off as forced or sheepish, especially if he's given the ball to run uncaged and unscripted. That also lands him in elite. Seth Rollins has had some notable characters, sure. The Architect, the Messiah, the Visionary, but because his character has changed so often, he lands just slightly below these 2. I will explain. It's not so much quantity but quality. When you are shuffling through characters that basically revolve around the same concept, each arguably worse than the last, is that elite? Besides, his run lately character-wise has been mostly haphazard and frankly subpar in my opinion.
Shell game.
When it comes to promos, one member of the Shield stands above the others. Jon Moxley might be the most authentic talker in modern wrestling besides, say, Kingston. Whether he's backstage, in the ring, he sounds completely natural and still hits his aura mark. This man has cut more promos than both Roman and Seth combined and still doesn't miss. He is elite. Roman Reigns has improved massively over the years. His tribal chief promos are calm, controlled, and confident. He's worked on his promo, which was the one thing that held him down so long, and now he's here.
You are a sniveling little suck-up sellout full of suffering succotash, son!
That being said, it still feels very robotic and heavily scripted most of the time. It comes off as though he's reading a teleprompter or something, I don't know. That puts him in great. Seth Rollins is also a decent promo, but he always leans a bit more theatrical.
All right.
The king of the summer. Look, putting him in the great tier seems completely fair to me. Aura is harder to measure, but you know it when you see it. And right now, Roman Reigns might have the most powerful aura in wrestling. When Roman enters an arena, the entire atmosphere changes. He's probably the most popular modern WWE wrestler right now. That makes him elite, alright? Roman Reigns is aura. Not for me, but I understand, I get it. Jon Moxley has a different kind of presence. Walking through the crowds, looking like he's ready to start a fight at any moment, looks like a final boss entrance every time. His presence outside and inside the ring is completely authentic and naturally compelling to the kind of worker he is. But I don't think he's on the level of Roman. That lands him in the great. Seth Rollins has charisma and energy, but his presence isn't quite as serious or intimidating. You don't look at Seth right now and go, yeah, this guy is the final boss of WWE or whatever. Maybe that's cause Roman's there to take that spot, but he's mostly played second fiddle in the past few years, which is weird because he was Triple H's chosen guy, but here we are. So he also lands in great. Big match legacy is where all three guys shine. Roman Reigns has headlined multiple WrestleManias and carried WWE's main event scene for years. Elite. Seth Rollins has some of the most iconic moments in modern wrestling. The WrestleMania 31 cash-in alone is legendary. That's also elite. And Jon Moxley absolutely belongs in this conversation as well. He's a four-time AEW World Champion, former IWGP World Champion, has headlined more AEW pay-per-views than anyone, and has consistently been positioned as the final boss in major matches. That easily puts him in Elite 2. Listen, this isn't 216 anymore where we must compete in WWE forever and have a WrestleMania match to be known as a big match guy. Besides, Moxley has done that too. Finally, industry impact, right? Roman Reigns reshaped WWE's main event landscape with his bloodline story. Even though personally, I think it went on far too long to be taken seriously anymore, but I digress. Elite. Jon Moxley helped legitimize AEW in his early years and became one of the promotion's defining stars. Even though his early Death Riders title run was like being poked with a needle the entire time, but again, I digress. Also elite.
Jon Moxley has deployed on this squared circle at the MGM Grand Garden Arena with a twinkle in his eye, and Jericho is pissed. Oh, God! The thunder and the lightning of Jon Moxley leaving his mark. The God Almighty, the referee's down. Moxley carving a path of destruction here at All Elite Wrestling.
Seth Rollins is an incredible performer and one of WWE's most reliable main eventers. But in terms of changing the industry itself, he lands just slightly below. I can't think of any tangible thing he's done since The Shield that doesn't solely revolve around his personal career choice, but maybe he's a background kind of guy, I don't know. So after 6 categories, here's how it shakes out, which means the final result is actually a tie. Okay, Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley both finished at the top rung. And to be honest, that feels very fitting. Even after all these years, the legacy of The Shield is still being written. But now the real question is yours. Who was the best member of The Shield? Roman Reigns, Jon Moxley, or Seth Rollins? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and until the next one, peace.